Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another daily Twin Flame Collective update for the 18th of November 2025. Well, we welcome a fresh day full of alignment and awakening. The cosmos is shifting beneath our feet. The field between you and your beloved divine masculine is stirring, whether you're separated, realigning, or already in sacred union. So today's energies bring clear messages, gentle recalibration, and deep soul work. So let us walk this day together in truth, in light, in love, and wisdom. So, again, guys, just we are on the eve of the upcoming new moon in Scorpio, which is highly, highly significant. I'm noticing a lot of soul level shifts happening, and I'm also noticing that you may be feeling like pockets of sadness throughout the day, and that is because this new moon is particularly sentimental, deep. You may get information about your divine masculine, something about what he's doing in his life. For example, you may get news that he's developing apps and he's onto his second app, and deep down, you may be feeling, if only he was speaking with you or he was with you, he would have helped you to develop your own app, something like that. So for those of you guys in separation, today is a highly, highly, highly sentimental day. Anything you may be thinking of, doing a project, and you may feel like your divine masculine's expertise may be helpful. So the thing is, this deep seated yearning that you're feeling is part of the pre union stage magic, right? And for those who have just met your divine masculine for the very first time, enjoy this period, this bubble phase. It's what builds the foundation for your connection. So enjoy every moment. Don't think too much, don't think about what's going to happen. Just be yourself, be in the moment, and enjoy it. And for those of us in stable union, it's all about thinking about what how else we can be of help to Earth, humanity, and the greater galaxy. So that's why, guys, today is about inner search. It's about this deep seated, um, deep seated you may be spending a lot of time thinking deeply about what you want to do, where your life is going, whichever stage of the journey you may be in. You may be also noticing that you feel this deep, deep, deep transformation, like it could come in through knowledge, downloads, and that's all of the new moon energy. So for divine masculines, it's like they may be creating apps, they might be calling this app a rabbit and that app a snake. They might be using all kinds of symbolism, from astrology to being a nomad to, the stars and the cosmos and the astro space. So it's like there are going to be a lot of themes and connections. So in a way, you may feel the universe is playing a joke on you. You might feel like, how can these things be so coincidental, especially, if you are in a clean separation, like a no contact separation, and suddenly, the projects your DM is involved in, or the work he's doing is so aligned with what you're doing. Things like that will come to your sight today. So today is about revelation. Today it's about new information. Today it's about recognition. You might be noticing a lot of symbolism in your connection. So, for those who have just met, and for those of us in union, it's all about spicing up the connection to the next level, trying to find a hobby to do together, to try to to spend more time. That's what the universe is calling us to do. And for those of you guys in separation, especially pre union stage, it's about deep reflection. It's about getting answers from the universe as signs, as confirmation that your divine masculine is indeed, you know an astronomad. He may be looking everywhere. He may be going around in circles, um, um, trying to bring out his inner demons in the form of, again, technology, app creation. He may be literally starting a haunted house project, or he might be creating an app with scary things, like literally, like scaring. But that is often a reflection of what's going on within him, because this period is very, very crucial for the divine masculine collective, because divine masculines are going through another deep reset. So many updates are going on in his personal life, in his career, in his overall view of love, life, and so whichever stage of the journey you may be in right now, remember, every stage is beautiful, and divine masculines are just like, as divine feminines, we are growing and evolving and awakening every single day. So are our beloved divine masculines. So allow them to create, allow them to express, allow them to be free. I always share this story about how love and freedom fell in love, and love was trying to, was trying love was trying to get into a relationship with freedom, and freedom was trying um, to find balance with love. But because love was overwhelming freedom, and freedom was afraid of commitment. See, this is like the analogy of our beloved divine masculines, and what we do. Often as divine feminines, we tend to represent love, and our divine masculines represent freedom. So it's about finding the balance, and that's what this Mercury retrograde is making a very key move into Scorpio today. The signals, it a shift from a broader, it forms a broader review into the intimate, emotional, and relational sector of our psyche. So this includes visions. You may feel like deep intimacy, multidimensionally. You might feel a hug, a caress. You may be seeing a flash forward. Depending on which stage of the journey you're in, you may be more intimate today. You might be involved in creating a project together, or something, something that draws in more romance. So today it's all about lovey dovey thoughts and romance. And again, things are coming to light in a good way, of course. So again, guys, it's very, very beautiful, because for our beloved divine masculines, this Jupiter retrograde and Saturn retrograde overlap has been a playground for him to test his skills. So, for example, if he has been like developing apps, or if he has been developing new tech, or if he has like created a product or a service, or started a business, or has leveled up at work, all these skills are going to eventually help in the work that you would be doing together in the future through the third energy. So that's why, whichever stage of the journey you are in, do not worry. Everything is meant to happen in divine timing. So truly, the divine animals for today are the rabbit. If you guys are seeing a rabbit, literally it's talking about abundance and finances. It's showing you that you are finding balance in every aspect of your life. You're meant to feel more abundance. You're meant to feel more prosperity. And if you are seeing snakes, it's a sign of Kundalini awakening. And it's such a beautiful metaphor, right? Like snakes often represents and this is the year of the snake as well, and it represents a rebirth, and it's like all the fears come to the surface, all that you're afraid of come to the surface, all that you're scared of comes to the surface, to be released back to the universe. So if you are seeing snakes today, if you are seeing rabbits today, it's a very, very, very good sign, as I'm saying. And that's why a lot is going on with our divine masculines today. I'm feeling so much of feelings, emotions, romance. It's like the missing is so pure and real. Like literally, even if you are in union, your DM, even if he's like going to work, or if he's apart from you, if he is that missing, that love is so high today. So expect surprises. If you guys are in separation, expect a bouquet of roses sent through the multi dimensions. If you are in physical union, or you just met your DM, you may literally get flowers today, like red roses. Like that's what I'm picking up. So the union feel, you see, the clearing of the third energy noise is magnified now. So everything that you feel that has shaken or rocked your connection is coming to the surface to be released. So the angel numbers for today are 999, 1818, and 888. So if you're seeing 1818, there's a lot of diplomatic movement in the relational field, a reminder to trust divine timing and in the miracles that are going to come in. So when I mean like diplomatic movement, like literally you might have a mutual contact bringing you both together, or some kind of service that you might be coming forth, that requires diplomacy. So that's what's going on deeply. And 888 is bringing about trust, faith, alignment, and that foundation is being laid out very intensely right now. It's also showing you the infinity symbol, a reminder that our journeys with our divine masculine is infinite always. And if you are seeing 999, this shows that all that needs to be clear is clearing. So closure codes, So as Mercury is retrograding into Scorpio, endings and transitions show up. So seeing 999 suggests you're wrapping up, you know, things that don't serve you any longer. And if you are seeing 8181, it is a sign that your DM will literally make a move. He might try to come into your life in the context of asking you about something. He might ask you, hey, what was the drink that we had on this, what was the drink that you introduced me, for example. He might just send a message like that to test the feel, to see if you are in your neutral mode, or if you are still upset or angry. So expect messages wrapped as something that is not direct, but more indirect, more of testing the feel. So that's what's coming through today. And if you are seeing 111888, it is a sign of beginning, infinity, and love. So, guys, if you're seeing these numbers or combinations, stop for a moment and ask, what is the universe trying to tell you? What are you, what is going on with your journey? So the message is, hold your center, trust the internal process, and let the external come in its own time. So the sacred flowers for today is, all right, I'm lilies. If you are seeing lilies, that's a sign that magic and miracles are in the air, and water lilies invite you to trust what you see, and to trust your intuition and your claircognizance and clairvoyance, because all the magic is coming in. And if you are seeing a yellow rose, it's a symbol of transformation and beauty of what rises from surrender. So if you are noticing yellow in your field, this is your soul signaling that your DM is going to come in and surprise you. And if you are seeing magnolias, that is a sign of deep, deep, deep conversations, either in the ether or in the 3D or multidimensionally. So if you're seeing magnolias, do comment. All right. And the magic colors for today are green, gold, green and gold. If you're seeing green or gold, it just signifies higher level downloads coming in, and they will form a core. They're trying to bring about inspiration. So at this point you may be, I'm getting more messages coming through from the divine masculine collective. What I'm getting is divine masculines are finally seeing the clues, finally seeing the answers, the reality. They are finally understanding the metaphors. You may have been speaking in codes all along, but is finally understanding the language of us, the language of the divine feminine, and this is heightening communication between us. It's showing that finally he realizes that there's always a hidden message in our words, just like how we have only started deciphering all of his hidden messages in his words. So if you guys are seeing the jaguar, it adds, it shows that our DMs are moving through their shadows, still powerful. And if you feel the jaguar energy today, you may be called to move through what scares you with grace and power. So if you are, if you come across a project of your DM, maybe it's developing an app that literally, maybe a gaming app that is trying, has got a scare feature in it, or literally, it's or an app. So it's a reflection of his own inner demons, what he's releasing, what he's purging, his fears. So embody love, guys. So that's the sign. And if you guys are seeing eagle, that's a sign that our DMs are finally seeing the macro perspective of the journey. So, our divine masculines, what is going on today? He may be experiencing intense inner movements, feelings, memories resurfacing, maybe texts or triggers from the past. He's definitely regretting what he said or how he pushed you away, how he, like if he had blocked you or if he had said mean things, like he's never ever going to speak to you again, or if he like literally did something to embarrass you or humiliate you. There's so much pain and regret about it today. Like there's deep-seated yearning that he wants to reach out. He wants to just hug you and tell you that everything will be okay, and he just wants to say that there's not a day that has gone by without him thinking about us divine feminines. So not everything will surface, not everything will surface outwardly, but you may sense the stillness, the heaviness. So this is a period to not make those moves just because your DM sends you a neutral message. Reply with neutrality. Test, just as he's trying to test waters, you do the same too. That will definitely deepen the connection further. And for those of us in stable union, it's important not to take those moments for granted either, because every day is a learning day. Every day we are evolving, learning, experiencing, growing. So it's all about exploring and living the infinite twin flame journey. And for those of you who have just met, do not fear, because good things are meant to happen. And like I said, all of our journeys are extremely unique. We come from all over the galaxies, and we are literally, astronomads, right? Both our divine masculines and us, we are just astronomads. We are just going through the stars and the galaxies, and after doing all these surveys and contributions across the stars, we've come to Earth, right? And it's meant for us to be our best. So that's why, today asks us divine feminines to hold the anchor, to ground ourselves in sovereignty, by witnessing our emotions without diving into rescue mode, because our sensitivity is a gift now, not a vulnerability. So that's why, blossom from that. So today is an intense day, and especially with Jupiter retrograde and Saturn retrograde, it's a rare overlap. It's a space of rare overlap. So what is actually happening is that so much is coming up, right? Because Saturn retrograde has been very, very tough with the divine masculine collective, especially in taking accountability for their childish behaviors or for their immature behaviors. And with Jupiter retrograde coming in, it's just showing him the truth as it is. So that's why there's a lot of guilt coming through from the divine masculine collective. And that's why do not be surprised if you receive a surprise text. But truly, truly, as divine feminines, it's important for us to be in sacred neutrality, because our nervous system is what causes our DMs to even lash out in the first place. So we got to be calm. We got to be in the zone. We got to be happy, so that's what I'm trying to put together for you guys. And also, so much is coming through, guys, like especially we on the eve of this very, 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 very powerful new moon in Scorpio on the 19th and 20th of November, right? And I've got the special new moon healing and activations. I still have spots, so you can book in, and you can book. I mean, the healing is done over video call or remotely, up to you. So after booking, we can arrange a time that fits us both to conduct the healing. And with that, I'll also highly recommend the Jupiter Saturn retrograde healing and activations. And this is a perfect time to get your soul realignment work started if you haven't done soul realignment yet. It gets everything. It brings your soul back to your eighth dimensional blueprint, so you won't have any kinds of blocks or restrictions affecting your path. So that's something that I'll highly recommend. And if you guys want to work one-on-one with me, you can book for a session via the link in the description. You can book your first time twin flame psychic guidance session, and it's conducted by me via video call. You can ask me all the questions you want during our session. All right. And with that, I'm also in the midst of introducing a lot of new healings and activations. So do check out the space. So this is November is a very, very, very powerful month, especially, July, August, September, October, November are considered to be heightened spiritual months, where the veil is very, very thin. And then as we are approaching Christmas season, it's just beautiful. And I just want to say that today's energies are deep, 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 extremely, extremely deep, powerful, not loud fireworks, but a lot of shifts, a lot of realization, like literally information about your divine masculine is going to come to you. It's going to be handed on a silver platter. You're going to feel it, that your DM is talking about, is trying to talk about you, not talk about you per se. It's more of like trying to find out through mutual friends, like how you're doing, without giving out too much. So it might be under the context of like, hey, like, hey, how is this person so and so doing, and something. But he wants to know. So that deep wanting to know what you've been up to is really, really high. So don't be surprised if your DM is looking through your social media, or asking mutual friends about you, or trying to give out information about himself so that you will receive the information. So the twin flame journey is a tough one, and it can be really, really tough, but realize it's about inner recalibration as well, right? So remember that God is with us always, and external teachers like me are meant to inspire your internal teachers. So find your power, find your truth. God is with you always, God is within you always. Always seek guidance from your higher self, God, and inner teacher. All right, always trust your intuition, always, always, always. All right. So, with all my heart, I wish you all the best, divine blessings today, and a little preparation for the new moon is drink loads of water and get as much rest as you can, because this new moon is deep, really, 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 really deep. And take care, and remember, everything is happening for a reason. And really, our divine masculines are making us proud in every way. They are glowing, they are growing, and they are showing their potential to the universe. And so this is a moment for us to be really, really proud of how they have been navigating through this journey, even without the knowledge or awareness that we have. But somehow he knows more soul memories, downloads are coming through. He's remembering more past lives, he's remembering the signs, he's remembering everything. So, with that, I hope you have enjoyed today's collective reading and updates. With that, I'll see you all again tomorrow. Take care. Love you all. Heaps of love and wisdom and magic and light to you guys always. All right. Take care. Love you all, and bye bye.